What's up, guys? My name is Tanis. I am from alt metal act Lives Lost, and I'm here today on the Heavy Mental Breakdown podcast.
You sounded so confident, man. You're just like, I feel like you have a nice voice. Like,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, it was like you just did it so naturally, and you're just like it just flowed very nice. Lives lost. Welcome, welcome,
Thank you.
welcome. Lives lost. That just the name alone sounds a little heavy to me. It sounds like death. It sounds. What's the meaning behind the name?
Death and rebirth, baby.
Death and rebirth.
Lives
Okay.
Lost is an alt metal ministry that I started. Very rooted myself. I'm very rooted in Christ, but the band as a whole, not necessarily. And I think that's important though, because we're all from different walks of life. And I started this band after a friend of mine, committed. And I thought Lives Lost was a fitting name. I came up with the idea shortly thereafter they committed in like 2017, 2018. We were going to be called Our Lives Lost, but we all thought like, it's too close to Our Last Night. So, right during COVID is when we started to like launch this, myself, my drummer Alan Thompson.
Okay.
And we just dropped the R and just Lives Lost, so. But it's very important that we stand for ministry and we stand for other people, and we're here to talk mental health. That's what we are. We're a mental health ministry.
Oh, cool.
I've seen too many people lose themselves one way or another through the years, self included. I've been involuntarily committed a time or two, not my adult life, well, other than my 18th birthday, but that being said, this is something that's important to me, and you'll hear it in all of our songs. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, I could just hear it in your voice how passionate you are about it.
oh, thank you, man.
Yeah. Would you consider you guys a faith-based band, or you kind of try to steer away from that?
So it's a loaded question. I do, but if you ask the rest of the guys, we all have different points.
Yeah.
I do definitely consider us a faith-based band, but that being said, I said this on another podcast that I was on. I feel like we don't always get along with the other members of the chosen religion that I have, which is Christianity.
Okay.
There's a lot of Zionism and nationalism in that right now, I think, honestly and truly. And I believe that God is probably closer to the worst of us that need him the most than he is the people that go to church every Sunday that are
Yeah.
living better off, you know?
Yeah.
So,
So all these reasons.
Yeah.
This seems like a heavy project for you. Something very deep and emotional, and
it is.
Do you think that this ban would have happened, or you would be at this point if COVID didn't happen? How much of a role did that play in like the start of it all, or
Huge role.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this was just going to be a side project, but like during COVID, mental health was not great for me. And the other guys, I was in a metalcore band at the time called Lasciate, which is awesome band, concept band based off of Dante Alighieri's The Divine Comedy, specifically the Inferno. Got our name from that. Lasciate ogni speranza c'entra votaiari, which means abandon all hope, ye who enter here. That's where we got our name, But during COVID, we were literally abandoning all hope as bandmates. We were not getting along. We all wanted different things. We had a couple people quit. I kicked out somebody. The other guys get mad at me for kicking somebody out. So
Yeah.
we were like a band of like, I don't know, 5-6 rotating guys. So
Gotcha.
I think that can be a difficult situation to be in.
Absolutely. The music that you put out after COVID, how was that writing for you? When did you write the lyrics? Did you write any of these songs during COVID? Or any of these songs a product of that time period?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing off of Home. So not Salt the, well, actually that's not true. So one song off of Home's a product of COVID, and it's actually crazy because it's the song that I feel like I needed to hear the most, which at the time was Chin Up Kid. If you listen to that song off the EP, it's very like COVID's also kind of where I rediscovered my journey with Christ a little bit as well. But it's that Chin Up Kid song is about not giving up on yourself and finding the strength within to continue being a good person when the world around you is showing you reasons to not be a good person. I think that's even more of a reason to be a good person, you know, and that stays exemplified in that whole song. You know, the refrain of that song is, if you can just, the last line, if you can just stick this one out for me, I'll know without a doubt. And then it's chin up. So like, it's me telling myself like, hey man, you gotta keep fucking going. Even if you don't feel like it, like you gotta keep going, you know? I have to do it for my wife, for my family, for my doggies, you know, like even for myself. Now I recognize like there has to be some power of self, there has to be some self-belief, but like I have to keep going. Period.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's no other option.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we're here because of a track that you wrote called Salt the Wound.
Yep.
Before we dive into a little bit of a surface level understanding of the song, we were chatting before this, and the first thing that I noticed when I looked at this track, it was 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And that stood out to me tremendously because I'm currently being followed by that number every single day for the last month or so. And it happened to me earlier today, so now this is like the second time I've seen this today. So to me, that's a very spiritual energy.
Yeah, 100%.
Was that intentional? Did you do 333 on?
Yeah, so this song was like me leaving my family trauma in the past. Like if you read the lyrics of this is clearly like I cut all cords and bondings, you know. I sever all ties with my past familial trauma. Because I think for a long time I was stuck in this cycle, you know. Long story short, my mom 302'd me on the eve of my 18th birthday. I got taken like 2.5 hours away from home on an adult ward. And for like years, I did not talk with my mom well. You know, we were even non-communicated for like, I think like 2-3 years. You know, and that's the woman that gave me life. And despite her flaws, you know, I do feel strongly attached, you know. But it took me a while and some processing, you know. And same thing, you know, my dad probably hates when I talk about this song, but it needs talked about, you know. Like he's bipolar, and
so am I,
and an alcoholic. And I myself, and you can relate because you're bipolar also, I struggle with that, you know. I don't know, when I got diagnosed with bipolar, it was at that last inpatient stay. I don't know 100% that I'm bipolar, and my therapist has told me about this because like I have some CPTSD going on, which can also exhibit
CP?
Complex PTSD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like from head trauma and some other crazy shit that I've gone through. But that can actually exhibit as bipolar symptoms, more or less. So at the time, I just totaled my 98 Volkswagen Jetta into a tree. I had post-concussive syndrome, so it wasn't like the best time for me to get a diagnosis, you know? So this song is working through that too, and working through.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I am definitely and undeniably autistic and ADHD, as well as I suffer from anxiety disorder. So, you know, bipolar is the one where it's like, it's tough because I do relate to the highs and lows, you know?
Yeah.
I think that that's something that like keeps me thinking like maybe it was something they missed when I was younger and got my other diagnosis. Maybe that is something. It's something I talk about in this song. If you go to the second verse of this song, this family's prone to misery. I'd burn it down to watch the flames. I'd risk my life just to feel alive. That like chasing that feeling when I get low where I need to just be lifted up.
Yeah.
I think, a lot of people struggle with that, but like especially bipolar people.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It is. It's fucking terrible. And,
Yeah.
whether or not I was misdiagnosed, I'm not a doctor, so it's not on me to decide that. It's still
Yeah.
something I highly relate to and I do talk about. And, you know, my dad being an alcoholic, bipolar asshole my whole childhood is something that I have to move on from because we're all adults now, and while I could stay in the past and turn into a pillar of salt by refusing to move forward, I have decided, and when I did this song, I decided it was time for me to grow past it and stop living in the past and accept him for his faults and love him as he is or not love him at all. Same thing with my mom, and that's something that's, I feel like anybody that's had childhood trauma, that's something that's hard.
And what a special outlet to have, writing music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like when all this shit is going wild, there's always one thing that you can always rely on, and that's fucking art of music, man. Ugh.
Amen, brother. That is the facts. That's a fact,
It is.
I wouldn't be alive if it weren't for art. If it weren't for my music.
Me either.
My music and my wife. That's the two things that I know keep me here for sure, because it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard out here. And I
is.
really, this is your first time meeting me, Matt, but like, I think a lot of people view me as like a kind-hearted person, like a light to be around, so that's a lot of pressure. So when I'm feeling down, it's like, it's hard to be and share the part of me that I know is light when I'm feeling that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible. I just want to kill myself even more.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. There's that too. Wouldn't recommend it.
So 0 out of 10. Do not do that. Yeah.
No, but yeah, I think it's really hard for people to comprehend when we're in those episodes.
It is.
How little control we have.
Yeah. When you're spiraling, you know. Another refrain in this song, the pre-chorus, our family tree bears rotted fruit. Poison taints the deepest roots. As I spiral to my doom, I'll spiral to my doom. That's the pre-chorus in the song. Okay. And it gets more like the first time it's just like a low, like I feel doomed. And then the second time it comes around, it's after that like intense second verse, and I scream, spiral to my doom. And it's like you feel the song's building up to that, till I finally crash out in the bridge section,
Well, don't spoil it too much. I want to dive a little deeper when we listen to it. I don't know if I told you this yet, but I have yet to hear this track.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I think now that you have the like behind the song, you're gonna like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to try to trick people.
Oh, okay.
I often let them know right before I do it, and it's always a different reaction. But it's fun. I love being able to be in the moment with how I'm feeling and where the track takes me, but also knowing the backstory and kind of how they collide together and how different perspectives.
It gives you a unique perspective going into it too, because not everybody's privy to that going into it.
Yeah, very true. All right, this is "Salt the Wound" by Lives Lost. Let's break this track down. All right, we're gonna stop it there. Filler's a good chunk already. Dude, I like the guitars in this track a lot.
Thank you. I do feel
Yeah.
like I do pretty well writing guitar riffs.
Yeah.
That something that's cool about that though, our producer had a guitar in Nashville tuning at his studio. This was before we were self-tracking. And he was like, dude, what if we made that part in Nashville guitar tuning? And so there's something in our normal tuning, which is drop B, and then something in that Nashville tuning, which is that high pitch, really clean.
Yeah. That was cool. I like it.
Thank you.
All right. Rise, fall. Never thought we'd lose it all. Fight, faint. Memories play out movies in my brain. Rise, fall. Rise, fall. Never thought we'd lose it all. Because every time you fall, you get back up. You never thought you would be down and stay down. There's the fight's faint. You don't have much in you. Memories play movies in my brain. Just thinking about things in that moment of like the best times.
And
It's all kind of coming back to you in that moment.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this first part about?
Yeah, so it's like the kind of me playing through the movies of my childhood and my late adolescence, my late teen years, where it was like I did finally hit rock bottom when I was doing drugs and being a piece of crap. And sometimes in real time, I don't have great memory from them. I've had a lot of head trauma. I've had quite a few concussions, but like every now and then, like I'm sitting in front of a projector, I'll just remember something, you know, a glimpse of the past, if you will.
Yeah.
And that was like kind of an inspiration when I started this.
Memories play out movies in my brain. Like when I hear that lyric, it takes me to a visual. Like
Yeah.
I see that, like the projector doing it, and I hear the sound and
You're
everything.
a kid and you're sitting in front of this projector. Yeah, it's your inner child, buddy.
Yeah, I think there's certain things that we hear. It just takes us to a visual right away, and that's where it took me in that moment. This will never be the same. Just like you, to shift the blame. Another bottle kills the pain. Kill the pain. Will never be the same. Life will never be the same. Just like you shift. I don't know. Just like you shift.
Yeah, it's just like you to shift the blame, you know. It's something that everybody in my family does where it's like,
Okay.
it's nobody's fault. It's everybody but their fault, you know? And I find myself falling into that cycle, especially when I turn to the booze, you know?
Another bottle kills the pain.
Yeah.
I feel that one way too deeply.
Yep.
Kill the pain. Just doing something to get out of what we're in.
Yeah.
Anything. Any excuse to get out of it. Our family tree bears rotted fruit. Poison taints the deepest roots as I spiral to my doom.
Yeah, every branch on this family tree.
Yeah.
Mental
So
illness, addiction.
yeah, so I see like a tree and like a fruit falling off of it, and then
I
like
love
it
that.
disintegrating,
Yeah.
and like
There you go.
to the deepest root, you know. And but like as that fruit is sinking, it's spiraling too. So it's like that's how you feel. You feel like you came from something, lost it all, and then it took you even deeper.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I like that.
And then the spiral continues into
Yeah.
the chorus.
Yeah, I feel doomed. And at the end, yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
I feel doomed. All right, let's keep listening. Okay, okay. I gotta stop this. Yeah. All right, dude. That there.
Dude,
That caught me off so much, but like in
that
the best
octave
way.
slide, dude, it's so good.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And that breakdown was great. That was a fun. Minute there. I'd salt the wound, crash my car, break me down. We are who we are. So yeah, you're talking to yourself in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Crash my car. I'll salt the wound. I'm gonna make it worse.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make this situation worse. I'm gonna drive my car, I'm gonna crash my car, break me down, and that takes me to like a car, like the down part, a crash, like going into
like over a cliff or something.
Well, like going into like a lake or like the ocean or something like that.
Oh, I love that visual.
Yeah. Disrespectful, it must be hard. We are who we are. All your hate won't flow through. Flow through me. Can't break me down.
We cut that all your hate won't flow. It didn't flow well. I kind of forgot that.
Oh, okay.
Sheet. But yeah, that's because this is my OG lyric sheet I sent you. So.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's what I get, especially coming after all the crash and the wound and break me down. It just, I don't know, to me it feels like a sinking, like somewhere going really deep.
Yeah.
This family's prone to misery. I'd burn it down to watch the flames. I would risk my life just to feel alive. Yeah, that takes me back and reminds me about the another bottle kills the pain area. Just wanting to feel something.
Yeah, just blowing up your life just to feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
And then the part that I messed up and didn't send you right before that, what I say when I'm screaming there at the end of the chorus is, I will never be just like you. So it's me doing all this self-destructive bullshit behavior that my dad does and saying, oh, I'll never be like you, but I'm just like him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's this whole song is the duality, you know? It's
I would risk my life just to feel alive. Like in that car crash, it's like I might not die, but I'm going to be pretty fucked up after that. 100%. But at least I'll be able to feel something.
Exactly.
Cool. Let's keep listening.
It's a banger. Woo!
Whew. I feel like I need some water right now.
I love that.
Wow, that was really good. That lead up to the breakdown, I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit! Like that build up was just so strong and heavy.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shit!
And then that
Something's
breakdown.
coming. Something's coming.
You know when that bell goes ting right before the breakdown,
Yeah.
you're in for it, bro.
Uh-oh.
I'm in danger.
Oh, fuck. What a track.
Thank you.
What a track. I feel like it's a good like exercising song. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
a boxer has like the headphones on, it's just fucking hitting the bag.
Yeah,
And
I
that
love
breakdown comes in, he goes full at it, doesn't
Yeah.
stop until that's
love
good.
that.
That's a boxing song. So these lyrics here, with these final lyrics, all this is so clear to me. Betrayed. I can hardly breathe. Venom courses through me. Boundless hatred. Now that you were always against me, the demon inside of me must destroy you. Always an op to me. Never did my family die. Never my family. Let's say it again. Always on. Oh, always an op. Right? That's right? Okay, cool. Damn, I don't know why I have the phone away
It's
from me, and I
very
was like,
Gen
fuck, I need to
Z.
bring my phone closer.
Yeah. We kept calling each other ops in the studio.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
changed the line there to be op because
Okay.
we were watching so much brain rot.
I dig it.
You're my op, bro.
That's why I'm wearing glasses, man. I have a hard time seeing. Leave me alone.
too.
Yeah. All right. At first, I thought it said app. I was like, that doesn't sound right though. Always an app to me.
Bro, but an app sampler.
Yeah, we're all
Chili
apps.
dog.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna start this from the beginning. All right. These final lyrics here. All of this is so clear to me. Betrayed. I can hardly breathe. Venom courses through me. Boundless hatred. Now that you were always against me, the demon inside of me must destroy you. Always an op to me. Never my family die. Whew.
Heavy,
Brut-
man.
Brutal.
Brutal.
What when you were writing this part right here, where was
I had to channel some.
your
deep anger.
headspace? Yeah.
That was some deep anger. I got in a weird place to do that part. Honestly.
Yeah, I bet.
Like I really
bet.
did.
Yeah. Kind of have to.
Yeah, dude. You had.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear it in the screams. Like,
Right.
I feel like my screams in that part are like super heavy, and then there's like some of the voice cracking on the back half of that. But it's just like, again, it's always been my biggest battle has always been me against me.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a lot of us.
and I think that like that section of that song was me saying like, the buildup is I'll never be just like you, and then in the breakdown it's me realizing fuck I'm just like you. Like I finally am coming out and saying it, and I'm like, we're not just family. You're my enemy. You're my opposite, but I am you. It's crazy, but that's how it is.
Venom, poison. Get that
Yeah.
poison out of me.
Yeah. And I
Get it
finally
away.
just snap like him, So, yeah.
So you had a talk. You talked about channeling some of this anger. Like you had to channel it before you did this part.
Yeah.
When you were done doing that, when that was over and all that emotion was let out, how did that feel?
I pretty much passed out at the studio. Like I
Really?
literally, I went over to the couch for them to edit the takes. Because we do singing one day, screaming another day normally, but we were down towards the end doing this song, and we had to do screaming and singing the same day. So I got my singing done first, which was the easier part for me anyway, and then I did screaming the back half of the day, and that was the very last thing I had to record. And
you gave it your all in. It was
yeah,
like, it was like the last mile of a marathon.
Yep. Like I gotta make up this time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so yeah, I literally went out on the couch. I made my bass player at the time, who's now our guitar player, Chad. I made him come with me to the studio, even though he wasn't tracking anything. I was like, Chad, I think doing this song, I'm gonna need a ride home. I'm not gonna be able to drive. I'm gonna be incapacitated. Dude,
Wow.
I slept the whole 2-hour drive home. Like he had to wake me up from the producer's couch. Like I was, after doing this, I was mentally, physically drained.
Yeah. I think stories like this, because I actually hear, you know, not that exact situation, but a lot of times after leaving that booth and having to like step in there and transform, and you kind of have to take on a whole new energy, and then you walk out of there, but that feeling's still with you.
Yeah.
I think that that's not talked about enough, you know?
No.
And like it's not like something that like needs it, I guess. I don't know, but I've always, since I started hearing about it, I'm like, huh, that sounds like a topic that I think people would be interested in having.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we're doing a making of documentary for this full-length album we're working
Cool.
on.
I love that.
Definitely gonna dive into more of that behind-the-scenes stuff for sure.
Very cool. Because it's not all, you know, sometimes when people don't know what's going on, you know, they're just like, it sounds like so much fun, and they're in there and they're recording, and I bet they're having
draining.
a blast.
It's draining, bro.
And it, you know, a lot of times, like those are some of the worst band moments too that can come out of that. It's because when you're creating that, there's tension, a lot of creativity going on, and it's like just being in the studio is a whole thing on its own. And then having to be that vulnerable in front of all those people too.
You're correct. 110% correct. You know, it's touring's hard too. People don't realize. You know, I'm playing songs that I wrote about some of the lowest moments of my life every night.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. When you released this track and all these words were put out in the universe for everybody to hear, how did you feel about that when you released it? Was there like a release? Were you able to let maybe part of that emotion go? Or just how did that work out? Like when you
this whole album was really hard for me to talk about, because it's called the home EP, because it's about like getting through my childhood and even, you know, some of the things I struggled with. And it's just all out on paper. You know, I'm talking about being addicted to pills and alcohol and coke, and, you know, doing anything I could sniff, pop, drinking any liquor I could get my hands on, you know, as a late teen, you know, like I'm 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and I'm just destroying my body because I just can't process my emotions.
Yeah.
And that's out there now. You know, that's something that I'm going to probably talk about as far as my music career goes, you know?
Yeah.
But it's
a part of you.
Yeah, it is.
Part of you, and it's made you the songwriter and musician that you are right now.
100%. And you know what? If some young kid sees this and they're inspired by Lives Lost, I want them to learn from me and not get in the same rut. You know, just because you're from a lower income family that struggles the same way mine did, you know, maybe you got an absentee dad or drunk dad and a cigarette mom, you know, like if you're struggling with stuff like that, like it's okay, it's normal, but don't bury it. Talk about it, process it, build a community. You know, I think these kids now have it harder than ever with social media fucking consuming everything and AI chatbots. It's insane. It's insane. And if they hear our music and they're like, damn, this grown-ass man is talking about emotions that I feel, I hope that you can process that with me. You know, this is that's where the ministry comes in. This is church, baby. This is church. If you don't go to church, this is church for you.
I was just so my next question was going to be, when it comes to not even not your music. Put your music aside for a second.
Yeah.
What role does music play in your life as far as just getting you through just daily?
I listen to music every day. I listen to like 8 to 10 hours of music a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now, is it the thing where I'm feeling this way, so I'm gonna listen to these songs, or do you just have like shuffles going on? You just need the music in the background. Like, what do you
a bit
choose
of both,
when you? Okay.
You know, like when I'm at the gym in the morning, I'm definitely mostly listening to like my punk rock workout playlist.
Yeah.
And then I have like a baddie core alt metal playlist for like chest day when I'm feeling big and beautiful. And you know, I have a metalcore, new metal playlist, you know, too. But yeah, I have specific playlists that I put together for how those songs make me feel. And then I have a lot of shuffles too. You know, I'm also like a full album listener.
Yeah,
like
me too.
I love drops a record, I'm listening to it.
Yeah. Sometimes on repeat too. The whole album 100%. On repeat.
Facts.
Facts. So speaking about songs to listen to and shuffling music, what does the rest of 2026 look like for Lives Lost? Where do you hope you are at the end of December of this year?
I hope that we found funding for this full-length record. We should have 5 to 6 singles out by then, including the one that just dropped, and the alternate version of the song that just dropped, Haunted. We have a version coming out with Tom from Patient 67 and JJ from Wither Away, who are awesome bands. One post-hardcore band, one metalcore band that you guys should definitely be listening to.
Cool. How about any shows?
Tons of shows. We got it.
Oh wow, tons of them.
Yeah, we have like 40 shows this summer.
Wow, just in the summer.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so.
You guys are working.
Yeah, we have like 10 over the next few months, but like, yeah, we're borderline a working band. You know, I would say we do like 52 to 80 dates a year, depending.
Wow. Good for you guys. And is it mostly out in the PA areas, or do you guys travel a little bit?
No, we travel a good bit. Yeah. Last year we did the whole East Coast, the Deep South, and then a little bit of the Midwest. Oh no, the whole Midwest, I guess.
Nice.
Except for Minnesota and Chicago.
Chicago's my favorite city in the world.
It is a cool city, for sure.
I fucking love it. Well, if you're ever playing a show, if one of those 50 or so shows happen to be in New York, hit me up, dude. I'd love to go check you out.
Syracuse next month. I don't know how far that is from you. And I think over the summer we're back in, I want to say Albany.
Okay, I'm pretty sure those are all quite a bit of distance.
Are you in the city?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, we'll be back through Brooklyn. We haven't, you know, we used to play the Hideout in Brock something. Cool little like emo bar.
Okay. There's so many of them
all the time, but it went out of business.
All right. Well,
yeah, but yeah, yeah, we haven't played Brooklyn in like 2-3 years now, I guess.
Oh shit, and we're not too far from you. It's
only a 3-hour drive.
Yeah. Well, how come? What do you got against Brooklyn, dude?
I love Brooklyn, actually. In fact, my co-vocalist Chad, he does all my backing vocals. He does a lot of like the dual layer stuff I do on record live. His brother lives in Brooklyn, for sure.
So that means you got to come out and play a show.
I know, he keeps trying to get us to. Find me a venue out there that likes metalcore bands.
Yeah. All right. I'll keep an eye out. Cool. Well, where is the best place to keep up with everything Lives Lost? Where would you send someone if they asked?
Our website, for sure. We update very frequently. www.liveslostband.com. And
Super easy.
on top of that, we're at Lives Lost Band on all the socials and very active.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
except for we don't have an X now. Well,
You don't have an X now. What do you mean?
yeah, like Twitter. We don't have Twitter.
Gotcha,
X.
gotcha. I was like, what do you mean by the
migrated from that when all that happened?
X? Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we're on everything. So
Cool.
don't hesitate to reach out. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you were at all inspired by this story, definitely reach out to the band. These shout outs and showing appreciation mean a lot more to the band than you can ever know.
100%.
Dude, Tanis, thank you so much for coming on and telling your story. This stuff is not easy to talk about, but the more of us who talk about it, the more
Mental
that
health matters, boys.
Dude,
You know?
absolutely
Can't just bury it in a bottle or a bed frame. You know, you gotta talk about it.
Yeah, talk it out, and it's okay to do that, especially on this show. That's what this is for.